Have you ever wondered how your web browser securely saves and stores your passwords? Well, today we are going to take a peek behind the scene and learn how to extract saved passwords from Google Chrome. But before we begin, I want to emphasize that this video is intended for educational purpose only. It is essential to respect privacy and never attempt to extract someone else's password without their explicit permission. We have two objectives in this video: create an isolated virtual environment to prevent conflict within existing dependencies. This ensures smooth installation and usage of required dependencies without interference. Objective number 2 is to extract all saved Google Chrome password stored on our local machine. So without further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome back to the channel. So because we are going to be using Python for the task ahead, we need to make sure we have Python installed on our PC, and to do that we can simply type Python on the command line, and this gives us the Python version we have installed on our PC. In my case here, I have Python 3.11.4 installed. I'll simply exit this. So what we can do next is to verify we have pip installed, which is the package manager we're going to be using to install the dependency needed for this program to work. So I'll type pip, and it's going to return the help manual for the pip package manager. Now that we have everything we need, I'm just going to clear screen. Just like I've mentioned earlier, we need to create a virtual environment in which we're going to install the dependencies needed to run the program so as not to conflict with the default Python dependencies that we have on our PC. So to do this, I'm going to quickly cd into document. And from the document folder, we're going to use Python 3 or Python rather. We're going to specify a module, and we're going to use the venv, which is the virtual environment module, and we're going to specify the name of the virtual environment we want to create. In this case, we're going to use Chrome venv, Chrome virtual environment. So I'm going to hit the enter key, and this is going to take about few seconds to create our virtual environment. All right, so let's see what we have. So I'm going to dir. Okay, now we should be having a folder called Chrome venv. So I'm going to scroll up. Okay, so we have the folder right here. To activate our virtual environment, I'm going to cd into the directory. And let's clear this and let's see what we have. All right, so we have a directory here called script. I beg your pardon. Let's see what we have on the script. EIR. All right, so we have the activate.bat, which we are going to use to activate the virtual environment. So to run this, let's move one step backward. To activate, we're going to use the command /script, which is the folder where the activate.bat is located, /activate.bat. Okay, let's see if we get that correctly. I think I'm missing something. Script. Okay, great. So if we have a path like this, this is an indication that our virtual environment is very much active. So I'm going to clear the screen. From here, we can take a look at the list of all the packages we have installed on this virtual environment. So we can use the pip list to display that. And here we have just two packages installed, the pip and the setup tools. So now we can take a look at the script that we're going to be using for this task. Now that we're almost finalizing our setup It is now time to install the relevant dependencies that our Python script will need to run. But before we do that, let's take a look at the script we're going to be using to extract the Google Chrome password. So I'll simply go to Google and I'll type decrypt Google Chrome password. So I'll just go with the first link. Let's click on view code. And this will give us the list of all the files we have in this repository. So we're going after the requirement.txt. And this is the list of all the dependencies that the program would need to run. So the first is the SQLite. We have the PyCryptoDomex and we have the PyWin32. So fortunately for us, the SQLite is already built into Python, so we don't need to install it. We'll be moving into installing the PyCryptoDomex. And to do that, we'll simply use the pip, which is the package manager, install PyCryptoDomex. I hope I spelled that correctly. Okay, so this is going to install the PyCryptoDomex on our virtual environment, and we can see successfully install PyCryptoDomex 3.18.0. The next thing we're going to do is to install the PyWin32. So same command, pip install PyWin32. Okay, so we have successfully installed PyWin32. So let's clear screen and make sure we have all these dependencies. Okay, good. So everything is set. Now that we are done with our installations, let's take a look at the Python script itself. So I'm going to view code, scroll down, and we're going to click on the decrypt chrome password.py. From this script right here, you can see that we have a lot of modules that was imported right into this script. We have the OS module, we have the regular expression, the Cs, the JSON, base64, SQLite, Win32, CryptoDome, Shell Util, and we have the CSV, which kind of creates a CSV format of all the password that we're able to extract. Now, if you take a look at the declarations we have here, we have two parts that was declared. We have the Chrome part local state and we have the Chrome part. Now, if you take a look at the part that was declared, I'll just copy this part right here. We have the local state and we have the user data. So let's copy it up to this point, fire up our app data, and do away with the roaming, paste it right here. Okay, great. So we can see that this directory has to do with our Chrome folder on our system. Now, if you scroll down here, we can find the local state right here. So I can right click and open with Notepad. And we can see some strings of data that looks like a JSON file. Now, if we go back to our script, on the get secret key function, we have with open Chrome part, we are opening the local state file with the read permission. We are reading it into local state as a variable. We are also getting a base64 decode of the encrypted key. So meaning that we have a particular string called encrypted key in the local state file. So if we go back to the file, let's just do find and we say encrypted underscore key. So we can find next. Okay, I think I'll select up, find up. So you can see that we have encrypted key, which happens to be this long base64 encryption, which is the key that will be used to decrypt the encrypted password on our Chrome browser. So having gotten this, let's move back to our script. If I scroll down, we have other function declaration like the decrypt payload, which is passing the cipher parameter and the payload argument. We also have the decrypt function. We have the one that generates the cipher using the AES key. And we have also the decrypt, and we also have the part that creates connection to the database. You can see it right here. We also have the part that kind of creates the CSV file of the extracted password. So I'm just going to jump right into executing this program. But before I do that, we need to log in an account and we need to save the password so that we can use this as a proof of concept for this task. So I'm just going to click on a new tab, and we're going to use a site called conga.com. And I have a demo account on this particular website. So we're going to use the login/sign up, and I'm going to enter a relevant username, which is ctfsec001 at gmail.com. We're going to supply our password, which is please subscribe. Hope I spelled that correctly. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to click on login. All right, great. So we are being asked to save our password on Google Password Manager. So I'm going to click on save. So we have saved this password on this password manager. And if I click here and I go to Google Password Manager and I try to view the conga.com password, this asks me for my administrator password, which I supply, I'll be able to view this password right here. So we're going to take a look at how we can view this password using the Python script. So, but before we do that, let's get our script from the GitHub repository. What we're going to do is go into the root directory. Good. So we're going to click on the code and we'll click on copy. Then from our terminal, we can use the git clone. Then I'm going to paste and click on the enter key. So this is going to clone the repository to our local machine. So I guess it's done. So I'm going to dir. Okay, so good. We have the decrypt Chrome password. So let's cd into decrypt Chrome password and CLS to clear the screen, and let's see what we have. Okay, so we have, let me just make this bigger. So we have the decrypt Chrome password.py, we have the readme.md, we have the requirement.txt, just like we have on the GitHub website. So what we need to do next is to just run the script. So to run the script, we're going to use Python decrypt Chrome password.py. So I can use autocomplete for that. And let's remove this. Sorry about that. CLS, dir. I can say Python decrypt. Good. Enter. You can see that we have some saved password on this Chrome, and the password we're looking for is the conga. You can see it right here. Username is ctfsec this, and we have our password as please subscribe. So it's that easy. One interesting thing about this script is that it doesn't just extract a single Google Chrome profile, rather it extracts the entire Google Chrome profile for all the accounts that can be found on the local machine. And that is why on the output of our script, we have multiple passwords that are being extracted. So guys, we've all seen the security risk that arise when saving passwords in Google Chrome Password Manager. Although Chrome encrypts and stores the password, but there are still some potential vulnerabilities. If someone gains unauthorized access to your computer, they may be able to retrieve the encrypted password or exploit security weakness in the browser to access them. Storing sensitive information like password in a central location increases the potential impact if a breach occurs. So guys, that will be all in this video. If you've learned one or two things from this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.